Kate Manne, entitled, How Male Privilege Hurts Women. In the book, entitled, How Male Privilege Hurts Women, author Kate Manne explores the pervasiveness of male privilege and entitlement in various aspects of women's lives. The book delves into the societal norms around misogyny, the enforcement of patriarchal expectations, and the often overlooked gender biases in fields like law enforcement, healthcare, and politics. By combining essay-like prose with exhaustive research and political analysis, Manne's book not only highlights the issues at hand but also calls for a future where women and girls no longer face barriers imposed by male privilege.
Dismantling Male Entitlement. Philosophy professor Kate Manne explores how male entitlement hinders women's autonomy and reinforces patriarchal norms. She argues that misogyny enforces gender-based hostility and justifies men's domination over women. By combining insightful prose with extensive research and political analysis, Manne dismantles the myths that preserve masculine power in law enforcement, government and personal life, calling for a world where women can live fulfilling lives without male obstacles. Uncovering society's failure to hold perpetrators accountable. Misogynistic violence committed against marginalized groups is often overlooked by society. Enabling this behavior occurs when people view it as a result of misunderstanding or passion. In the United States, police frequently avoid investigating sex crimes and fail to test rape kits, with roughly 400,000 untested kits, mostly belonging to women and girls of color. The author describes misogyny as a metaphorical shock collar, keeping women behind invisible fences. These insightful revelations from author Manne exposes the society's failure to hold perpetrators accountable. Women's pain dismissed. Medical practitioners often dismiss women's pain, particularly that of Black women. According to researchers' findings, doctors are more likely to prescribe women minor tranquilizers instead of more potent painkillers like they do for men experiencing pain. Female patients complaining of chronic pain often face a misdiagnosis of histrionic disorder, as their pain is viewed as emotional or seeking attention. Inaccurate assumptions that men endure pain stoically while women exaggerate worsen the situation. Unfortunately, the medical world has always prioritized the male body as default, leading to inadequate research into female health conditions. Interestingly, some anti-abortion activists rely on medical misinformation to advocate against abortion while ignoring real threats to human life, including maternal mortalities, especially for Black and Native American women. Hence, gender biases contribute to women receiving a lower level of healthcare in comparison to men. The Second Shift. In the book, The Second Shift, Arlie Russell Hochschild explores how women in heterosexual relationships are burdened with household and child-rearing labor, despite both partners working full-time. This unpaid domestic and care labor has an estimated value of $10 trillion per year, with women performing up to 10 times as much as men worldwide. The book delves into the concept of emotional labor, where women tend to do the anticipatory work that includes managing the family's schedule, budget, and packing. This labor balance is perceived differently by men and women, with unemployed men often choosing to remain jobless rather than take on feminized roles associated with caregiving. Mansplaining and Gaslighting. Mansplaining is a phenomenon where men take on the role of an expert in a conversation, often explaining things to women who are more knowledgeable on the topic. This aggressive behavior often leaves women feeling silenced due to societal punishment for revealing their expertise. Gaslighting is a particularly oppressive form of mansplaining where men make women question their own views and rationality. It may start subtly but can escalate quickly with threats or anger. In both cases, men assert their authority through entitlement, denying women the authority to their own truth. Gender bias in politics. Women in power are held to different and unfair standards than men. Society perceives men as more competent in traditionally male-dominated areas, and women are expected to prioritize communal good. Women in politics must strive for superhuman perfection as they are punished more harshly for forgivable mistakes due to societal sexism. Entitled men and their impact. Kate Manne's book provides a thorough and well-supported analysis of how deeply ingrained male entitlement and sexism is in contemporary society, affecting various spheres, from professional spaces to women's self-perception. Her clear and incisive writing style draws on both concrete research studies and real-world examples so that both men and women can gain better insight into these pervasive social issues. This book is highly recommended as a comprehensive guide for anyone looking to understand the subtle ways that gender bias and privilege manifest themselves in contemporary society.
Kate Manne's informative and poignant, entitled, How Male Privilege Hurts Women, reveals the distressing realities of sexism and gender bias in modern society. The author identifies the insidious effects of male entitlement and privilege on women's autonomy and right to access opportunities in various aspects of life, from law enforcement to healthcare and even within the family unit. Through her in-depth examination of these topics, Manne furthers the conversation on gender inequality and challenges readers to deconstruct their own biases. Ultimately, as we as a society progress toward a future that dismantles male privilege and respects the autonomy of today's girls, the hope is that they will inherit a world where women and girls are no longer impeded by the power and privilege of men.